Hey, what's up? It's Jake from Nimbus DevOps, and I want to give a quick example of why it matters when you're looking at comprehension generators. So let's take a simple example of just squaring a number. So let me start with my first script. So I'm going to import time it, and then I'm going to start a timer, and then I'm going to do all of my stuff inside of here, like my function and all that stuff, and calling it. And then I'm going to stop the timer, and then I'm going to print out the time that it took. So the stop minus the start timer. And what we're doing here in my function is I'm setting a value x equals 10. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to make a function square that takes an argument n and returns n to the second power. So 10 to the second power, which would be 100. And we're going to see how long that takes. And then I made a second script that does the same thing, but instead of saying 10 to the second power, I'm just going to say 10 times 10, which is essentially the same answer, right? So which one do you think is faster? So this is kind of interesting. So we're going to run speed 1, and we can see that it took 4.05 with a bunch of numbers after it, e to the negative 0.5. This is in milliseconds. And then if I run speed 2, so this is 10 times 10, you can see that it actually takes longer for it to multiply itself than it takes for it to raise it to the second power. So you can maybe think about that critically for a second and understand why that's true. But just because a function returns the same answer doesn't mean it's the best way to do something. So even something with one line as easy as 10 times 10 or 10 to the second power, you can see here that there's a performance impact when doing that. So anyways, I'm going to be using this time it a lot. Uh, and you'll be seeing me to do that to kind of figure out, well, which way is actually faster. And as we go through list comprehension and generators and go through collections and sequences and things like that, then we'll be able to see which one's actually better and have a reason for making that decision.